Coming up on UT 10 News, we'll show you how you can stretch your dollar at some local businesses.
And we'll take a look at some outstanding women on campus.
Plus, our own Ashley Roth and producer Keisha Blanton visited with the Rocket Cheerleaders. Your news in 10 minutes starts now.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Rachel Cradfield.
And I'm Derek Lawson.
For many college students, credit cards are already creating college debt.
Our UT office teaches students the tools for smart financial planning. Reporter Phil Levering has the story.
Now that loans are even harder to come by, some students are afraid of not being able to afford college due to future debts. Such fears encouraged the Mentoring Collaborative to hold the Financial Planning for College Success Forum on April 1st. On the panel were UT alumni like John Campbell, who talked about credit as a top reason for college debt.
It's not bad having money in debt on credit cards as long as you pay those minimum premiums.
And another key for Campbell is making wise choices while using credit cards.
At the same time, you know what's a necessary expense and what's not a necessary expense, and don't kid yourself about it, you know.
Program facilitator Sheila Doles also explained what she hopes students took from the forum.
You know, so getting them to realize, this doesn't look right, I think is a key.
And above all else, the panel reminds students to make sure that if they do get in credit card debt, they pay them off quickly as to avoid huge interest fees. For UT 10 News, I'm Phil Levering.
Thanks, Phil. Students are still trying to have fun while avoiding credit card debt.
UT 10's Jenna Lento has some tips on how to stretch your college dollar.
As our economy struggles to get on track, students are doing all they can to save money. Assistant Professor of Economics, Jabanga Aljalor says there is always college discounts. You just have to know where to look.
Especially in this kind of environment, there's a lot of businesses that are going to be hurting, so they're going to try to find ways of maybe 2-for-1s or 50% off.
Check websites like DoToledo.com and local newspapers like the Toledo City Paper to find deals and advertisements. Rhinos on Bancroft offers students free cover before midnight, dollar wells, and between 4 and 9 p.m. throughout the week. All menu items cost only $5.
We offer specials to students because the economy is bad right now. You know, a lot of people don't have a lot of extra money to spend on entertainment.
Businesses like Jed's here behind me, along with Jake's, Jack's, Chasers, Omni, and Maxwell's, are just a few of the other places where students can go to find specials and discounts. Reporting for UT 10 News, I'm Jenna Lento.
Students can now rent their favorite video games from the campus bookstore. UT's bookstore is one of 10 in the country chosen to test the G-Box game rental kiosk. Bookstore General Manager Colleen Strayer says the university was selected because of its campus atmosphere and gamer population. Students can only rent and return games during bookstore hours.
Well, we go by day. Each day is a day rental. So if you rent it for one day and don't return the next day, you will be charged for that second day.
The G-Box offers PlayStation 2 and 3, Xbox 360, and Wii games for a rental fee between $2 and $3 a night. The G-Box only accepts credit cards, but the Rocket Card could be a future option.
Put on your dancing shoes because it's time for UT's annual Songfest. Songfest is the second longest tradition here on campus. Many sororities and fraternities take pride in the competition. External Vice President of Phi Kappa Alpha, Benjamin Pohl, says Songfest is a major campus event for students.
Songfest is important because it gives you the ability to put your own unique touch on different groups that everyone sees as one specific way. And it's a very clean, pure, competitive competition between everyone.
Admission is free, but donations will be accepted to benefit the Josina Lott Foundation, which helps mentally disabled adults. Computers and instruments were unlikely mixed this week at UT's Festival of New Music. The event ran Tuesday through Thursday and gave students a chance to showcase new and innovative compositions.
And there's been a lot of music written within the last half century that sounds modern, sounds fresh, sounds like music that belongs to our culture today.
Students either auditioned or were handpicked to perform, and their new arrangements included anything from computers and vibraphones to wind ensembles and singing. UT has been conducting new music concerts for over 30 years.
UT has taken the class lecture outside. The UT Beautification Community recently approved the construction of an outdoor garden classroom. Garden Steering Committee member Stacy Philpott says students will get hands-on experience with organic foods, ecofeminism, and sustainable agriculture.
We could actually produce food that would be served in the dining halls, that we could collect food waste from the dining hall that would be incorporated into compost production in the garden.
The committee wants to see the garden placed across from the Law Center. The project's funding will come from grants and donations. The groundbreaking will take place on Earth Day, April 22nd, and all are welcome to help out. Stick around, we'll be right back with Ashley Roth and your Rocket Sports in 30.
At the University of Toledo, you'll love the small classes and personal attention.
Great job on the paper.
Thanks. Choose from more than 140 degrees, from the sciences to the arts. Plus, UT offers exciting career opportunities. Cool, I just got that internship. And our campus is amazing.
See you at the game.
You know, UT fans are pretty awesome too. See you at the game and see you at the University of Toledo.
Welcome back. I'm Ashley Roth, and this is your UT10 Sports. This week, our women's basketball head coach Trisha Cullop agreed to a contract extension. The new contract will keep the co-MAC Coach of the Year with the Rockets until 2015. And on the men's side, it's Final Four weekend, and UT's basketball team didn't make it. But senior guard Tyrone Kent is representing the Rockets in the slam dunk contest. 24 seniors were selected to participate in ESPN's State Farm College Basketball Slam Dunk and Three-Point Contest at the Palace of Auburn Hills. Kent delivered 2 first-round dunks, but he only got 1 to go through the basket. That night would not belong to the Rockets. It was all about New Mexico's Tony Dandridge. And there wasn't a whole lot going on in sports this week, so I decided to highlight something a little different. Check it out.
We're going to go from one end of the court to the other and take a look at a sport that, well, isn't really a sport. Cheerleading.
Let's go, Rockets! Let's go, Toledo!
It may be considered an extracurricular activity, but that does not mean cheerleading is easy. UT10's producer Keisha Blanton loves playing and coaching basketball, so we wanted to see if her skills on the court would be just as good on the sidelines. Some varsity cheerleaders try to teach Keisha how to keep her motions tight and even do flips, with a bit of her own style. At the end of the day, Keisha had the spirit, but we decided she should stick to basketball. Cheerleading takes teamwork, dedication, and practice, so why is it not considered a sport? We took that question to UT's athletic director, Mike O'Brien.
Throughout the school year, there is no specific competition, whereas it's a team against another team.
Varsity cheerleader Devin Hayes looks at things differently.
Competition shouldn't matter. I think it's more so the time and dedication and the effort that we put into everything.
O'Brien adds, even if the cheerleaders were to compete, they still would have trouble receiving the title of a sport. Hayes says not being considered a sport hurts her team financially.
We don't get the athletic funds that all the other sports do, so we pay for everything.
And it might be like that for a while.
We're like every other department looking at a 7.5% and a 15% cut of our budget, and so increasing budgets at this time is very difficult.
Even without a lot of funding, UT's cheerleading team still has a whole lot of spirit.
Thanks, Ashley. On Monday, the University Women's Commission added 3 more faculty members to an outstanding club. The Outstanding Women Award has now honored 140 women since its start in 1980. Women are nominated by their peers and then selected by members of the UWC based on their work at the university. 4 female students were also awarded scholarships worth $1,000 each. UWC co-chair Roxanne Ring says annual fundraising and dues make it possible to recognize great women each year.
That's it for UT10 News. Remember, you can watch all of our newscasts online on YouTube and Facebook.
For Derek Lawson, Ashley Roth, and all of our crew, I'm Rachel Kreifel. Have a great weekend and stay tuned for more news from the UT campus.